Hey, welcome back to World Entertainment. And this is a strange one. So, James Gunn seems to be getting a bit of stick on Twitter, mainly with people asking and in some cases kind of demanding that he does not, under any circumstances, bring anyone from Guardians of the Galaxy over to star in anything under the DC banner. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? So there's a few rumours swirling that maybe he will bring some of them over. We know Batista has been campaigning to join him over at DC, and he's really the only one. No one else has said anything. But there's people seemingly really against the idea of anyone from that side coming over to the DC side. I get it in some senses, but I also think it's a bit ridiculous in others. I think it would all depend on who you bring and where you put them in and how you put them in. You know, you're not obviously going to bring Batista across and have him be like Batman or something. He would very much probably fit into being more of a secondary character. I know he kind of lobbied a bit for Lobo. That's not happening. It looks like that's going to be Momoa. Could he be Bane? Sure, I suppose, but you'd have to. They'd really have to nail Bane this time, but really kind of bulk him up. Not Batman and Robin type of Bane, but somewhere in between that and Tom Hardy. You know, it sounds weird, but that's what you'd really have to do. Other than that, like, I don't know who he would fit in. He'd probably be some crazy, obscure type of character. I suppose you could play Clayface. You could always make him a Clayface. That'd be interesting. But I don't see why people would object to the likes of Chris Pratt coming across or Zoe Saldana or something. Again, I suppose it all depends on who they play. You know, if you brought Chris Pratt on board into DCU, who would you have him play? And whoever it is, would he end up just kind of being Star-Lord in DC? You know, it's an issue they had when he went to Jurassic World, was everyone went, they liked him in it, whatnot, but everyone just pointed out it was Star-Lord in Jurassic World. It was basically Star-Lord with dinosaurs. You know, and that's probably down to the studio. Universe probably went, hey, we hired you because you were that character. Be that. I don't know really where Chris Pratt would fit in. Like, who would you get him to play? I was going to say you don't really see him in serious roles, but he was quite serious in Terminal List. So you're kind of trying to go off of that, who he could play. It'd be interesting if they brought him over, have him play a villain. That could be interesting. You know, have him be Hush or something. Zoe Saldana, I've already seen some suggestions. Oh, get her to be Catwoman. No, at this stage, no. Maybe Black Canary or something. That could be interesting. But yeah, there seems to be a bit of a pushback though about the idea of him bringing over people from Guardians. Like, let's face it, who would object to seeing Michael Rooker be a villain in a DC property? No one. We'd all love that. That'd be great. But some people seem to be I think they're afraid that too much of the Marvel stuff would appear in it, you know, that kind of Marvel humor and the lighter tone and stuff. I think they're kind of fixed on that if he brought them across, they'd bring that with them. But I don't know why that's the case. Like, as I said, Chris Pratt in Terminal List, very dark film or series. Zoe Saldana has done a lot darker type of stuff than being Gamora. Uh, of course, Bradley Cooper. Mind you, you don't really see him in anything other than being the voice of Groot lately, do you? Right on one film. What was that one? A Star is Born? Is that what it was called? The one he won or had the Oscar nods for. I don't know if he won the Oscar or not. But yeah, there's no doubt James Gunn will bring his brother. Is it Sean Gunn? He's already brought him across to DC. He was played the Weasel in the Suicide Squad. So I've no doubt he'll end up being something in it moving forward. But yeah, it's anyway. What do you think about the idea of bringing some Marvel people across? Well, Guardians of the Galaxy people across. Again, for me, it all depends who they're playing and what kind of take they would have on it. I'm not against it, but I can see pros and cons. Put it that way. But time will tell anyway. So far, the only pretty much official announcement we've gotten from Gunn regarding casting is Jason Momoa will be playing someone new. Obviously, it's going to be Lobo, but yeah, other than that, we've heard nothing. So we'll see what happens with whether or not, even if Chris Pratt or Saldana even wanted to do more superhero stuff. Time will tell. Anyway, I'll leave it there for this one. So cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.